On today's episode, we're answering the question, no, we're not, because I'm on the wrong damn outline. So we talked about like the basis of when you're going to send. At least once a week, you are going to be consistent. Now, what do we talk about? In order to get into this, I want to just take 30 seconds and explain to you the mindset of your person, where they are right now. They've just hopped onto your email list. They've downloaded your freebie. They've gone to your summit. They've watched your webinar, whatever. They've just hopped on. They're getting to know you. They've probably gone through your initial like autoresponder indoctrination welcome sequence if you have one. And so they're like, okay, I might know who this person is. I find enough value in what they're saying to stay on their list, but I don't know them enough. I don't know them enough. I'm not ready. I'm still exploring this idea. Depending on how they came in, you may have just opened up their eyes to a whole new part of their world. They are not ready to make a buying decision yet, or they would have. Okay? So that's the state of your list. They're not ready yet. The first type of content that you can create is to understand, like Jenny said, understand what objections they have and create the content to overcome those objections. All right, this is where you can say, you know what, they think it's too expensive. What content can I create that shows them value in taking action toward this goal? They think they're not ready. What content can I create to help show them that they are, or that starting when you're not ready is important? They've been burned before. How can I show them I'm different? They've X. How can I Y? List out every single objection to why they're not buying and create content to overcome it. And it does not have to be a one and done situation. You should have multiple pieces of content that speak to being ready or starting before you're ready. Multiple pieces of content that showcase the value, multiple pieces of content that do this, right? Now, I want to take a really quick break and talk about what that content looks like, because it doesn't just have to live in an email. Okay? And you can go on just about any business coach's website and read about content repurposing. Okay? But I want you to consider how that might look for you. Maybe you have this particular concept and you do a long form blog post on it. Cool. I'm going to do a blog post. But maybe before that, you've done an Instagram live and you've gotten that transcribed and turned into a blog post. And then you give them the highlights in the email. Right now, you're hitting the nurture points in 3 different places, because email is not the only place that your people are engaging with you. Not if you're doing it right. Get them over onto your social, get them onto your blog, get them onto your YouTube, and give them that same content in all of those different places. That was a really long ramble. And I know Jenny,
I love your ramble.
Didn't even have a chance to get a word in edgewise.
Hey, when the master speaks, right? You just shut up and listen.
I mean, okay, you want to call me, that's fine. Mistress, though.
And we get this a lot. I get this a lot from clients as well. It's like, well, what do I write? Yeah, you can do the overcome the objections things. By the way, I think it's a perfect thing to do. And the overcome the objections emails are super important. They also, what's really, really good is to also teach people the things that they know to help them to get ready to take action. There's a whole dance, there's a whole bunch of steps before they buy, right? And you also have to think about, like, the objections come from your ideal client. And you can also think about what they need to know so that they're ready to buy. So as an example, a summit. I talk about these a lot because I do a lot, but it's a great example. Before somebody's ready to do a summit, they have to be in the right mindset. The wrong mindset for a summit equals all sorts of problems. And I say that with a sarcastic smile on my face because, damn, sister, you have to be in the right space for this. So one of the things that I do is, and I recommend that other people do too, is okay, like if your whole thing is you're going to be selling a course or one-on-one program or something like that, look at what they need to know first and share that with them. So, hey, if you want to do a summit, here's 10 things you need to know before you get into it. The 10 things nobody's telling you before you do a list build that you need to know. There, I just sexified it, Allison Lex style.
That was brilliant. I would
Thank you.
even go further back.
Mm-hmm.
Why you need to do a list build, what you get from a list build.
Yes, the justification of why you need to do the thing that you need to do. So, why is losing like okay, let's use weight loss as an example because that's something we can talk about as well. Like, why do you need to lose weight? Everybody's like, yeah, I need to lose a couple pounds. Yeah, I need to lose 20 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever. But why do you need to lose weight? Because, and this goes into, this plays into what Allison's taught me is asking why about 6 times until you get to the core reason. And then you can discuss it. So why do you need to lose weight? Because I want to feel better. Okay, but why? So I can do this, but why? So I can run around with my 5-year-old. Okay, but why? Because he's running faster than me and I can't keep up. Okay. And you keep going till you get to that core reason, right? That's their core reason for doing it. And you can teach them, okay, well, now that we know your core reason for doing the thing, here's the steps that'll get you incrementally closer to achieving the goal. Did I do that right?
You did. And what I want to do is help people understand that maybe I have a program that helps people go from maybe I have a program that helps people go from, eating relative, like watching what they eat to really understanding how to eat to lose weight. Okay. So I'm just going with the weight loss thing and I'm trying to really create a segment. So my ideal audience in this case, they would understand that they can't live on potato chips and brownies, but they don't really know what else to do, right? So they've got to start, but they don't have the full. That's where my program is. So if I look at my email list, I'm going to have people on that email list who don't yet understand that they can't eat potato chips and brownies. All like exist on potato chips and brownies. I think everybody should be able to eat potato chips and brownies personally. But so now I need to educate people on my list about why existing only on potato chips and brownies is not going to help and give them step 1, maybe step 2, because my program is step 5. I'm giving away steps 1 through 4. And this works for everything. If you help people create an online course, your program starts step 5. What are steps 1 through 4? That's your nurture content. Your social posts, your Instagram lives, your YouTube videos, your TikToks, your Clubhouse topics. Okay. I want to just be really clear that this is nurture content. We're talking about it in the space of emails, but it can be any content. Okay. What do they need to know to be ready to buy? What do they, and this comes from objections, but now it's also what you know they need to know. All right. So when we talked about understanding their objections and using content, it's about kind of addressing them. And now we're teaching them and leveling them up so that they're ready to buy. One of the things that I say, and it's my moment of transparency, when I teach people stuff, I say, I want you to be successful enough to afford me. That's what we're doing here. We're helping them get successful enough to buy. That's the kind of content you should be creating. Okay. Are you laughing at how red my face is? Yeah.
And we're still
Okay.
recording. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. We got a blooper reel. Can we stop recording?